There is a place on Earth where the water can kill you in seconds. A river that boils without fire. This place is real. And almost no one is allowed to go there. And now you step into a world where the air feels thicker, as if the jungle itself is watching you breathe. There is no drum of engines, no distant chatter, no path of stone or sign. Only leaves, towering trees, and the endless hum of unseen life. And somewhere ahead, hidden beneath the green ceiling of the Amazon, there is a river that should not exist. A river that breathes steam. A river that cooks life itself. You have heard its name whispered by those who live closest to the earth. Shanay-Timpishka, hot to the soul. They say there is no place like it on this planet. They say you are not meant to be here. You walk forward, guided only by instinct and the distant sound of something hissing softly, like a kettle just before it boils. The air grows warmer with every step. Moisture gathers on your skin, thick and heavy. The ground beneath your feet darkens, turning from forest soil to something that feels scorched, almost burned. Then you see it. A river wide as a road, flowing slow and heavy, as if the water itself carries weight. A white mist rises from its surface, swirling and twisting like breath from the lungs of a sleeping giant. You do not hear the rush of water. Instead, you hear a whispering roar, the sound of heat, alive. You kneel closer. The warmth kisses your face like fire. This water is almost boiling. So hot that small leaves falling from the canopy above do not float. They soften, then curl, then disappear. No volcanic mountains stand anywhere near this place. No geothermal vents. No obvious source of heat. And yet the river burns. Local people speak of it as a spirit. Not a metaphor, but a literal presence, a consciousness with weight and memory. They say the river was born from the tears of the Earth Mother when she mourned a great loss long before any human foot touched this forest. They say the river remembers. They say it sees. You watch the mist rise and shape itself into shifting forms. Faces? Figures? Or simply your own imagination tossed back at you by the unknown? You do not know. But you feel it. The river is alive. A shaman once stood where you stand now and told a story. His voice was soft, like leaves brushing against bark. He said that when the jungle was young, a great serpent made of fire slithered beneath the surface of the earth. Its body carved channels through stone. Its breath heated the waters. And when the serpent tired, it rested here, waiting. The river, he said, is the serpent's sleeping body. Disturb it, and it may wake. You do not dismiss his words. Here, surrounded by heat and silence, the line between myth and truth becomes very thin. You feel the weight of the place press on your chest, not to frighten you, but to remind you to step lightly, to listen, to respect. Then you notice something else. Along the edges of the water, the ground is cracked and scarred, like skin healed from old wounds. A small lizard strays too close. It slips, falls. You freeze. There is no time to save it. The river takes it instantly, with no mercy and no pause. The creature's body tightens, its muscles seizing. Steam rises around it like a shroud. There is no scream. Only silence. The river returns to its breath. As if nothing happened. As if it expected that life would always fall into its arms. You feel a shiver run down your spine, even in this scorching heat. This place is beautiful. And dangerous. And sacred. You realize that you are not here to conquer it. You are here to witness it. To understand that the world still holds secrets that do not bend to human logic. That not everything can be measured with instruments or explained in books. Some places are meant to be felt. The forest rustles behind you. Mysterious eyes watch from hidden shadows. You know you are not alone, not just physically, but spiritually. Something is awake here. Something that has been here since before memory, before maps, before words. And now, it is looking back at you. You stay there for a moment, holding your breath, as the mist curls upward like ancient smoke. The jungle sighs around you, leaves rustling in a language older than memory. And just as you begin to believe this place exists only in myth, you recall something you once heard, a story not from shamans, but from science. There was a child once, raised in a faraway city, who listened to the tales of this river from his grandfather. The grandfather spoke of a river that boiled without flame, without volcano, without reason. The boy carried the story inside him, like a seed waiting for its season. Years passed. The boy grew. He studied the earth, the heat beneath it, the boiling heart of mountains. People told him that the river was a dream, a folktale, an echo of imagination. Scientists can be cruel in their certainty. They laughed. They shook their heads. But the story did not leave him. And one day, in the year spoken by some as 2011, he followed the whispers into the rainforest. Just as you have done now. His name was Andres Russo, though that name is not the important part. What matters is the way he walked, with curiosity in one hand and reverence in the other. He traveled deep into the jungle. The air grew hotter. The insects bit. The trees closed in. The river called. And when he finally found Shanay-Timpishka, he fell silent, just as you did. He did not speak for a long time. Then he knelt, just as you knelt, and lowered a thermometer into the water. The mercury rose. And rose. And rose still. Nearly boiling. Hot enough to take life in a breath. No volcanic activity. No fault lines. No explanation that fit what science knew. The jungle held its secrets close. Russo said something that has been repeated ever since: the river is real. And it does not care whether we understand it. You look again at the mist rising from the surface. It moves slowly, thoughtfully, as though alive. And you begin to understand why the people who live among these trees do not call the river a phenomenon. They call it a spirit. To them, the earth is not dead rock. It is alive. It dreams. It remembers. And sometimes, it speaks. They say the river is an ancient being, older than their ancestors, older than the stories carved into stone. A guardian of balance. A reminder that nature holds power far beyond the reach of human hands. The elders speak of a time when outsiders tried to claim the river, to own it, to make it a tourist wonder. They wanted to build pathways, hotels, swimming decks. They believed that beauty must be displayed, that mystery must be sold. But the jungle has its own laws. Storms came. Trees fell. Plans dissolved. The river rejected them, as a body rejects something that does not belong. The forest protected itself. You begin to feel that protection too, not against you, but around you. As though the trees themselves are watching to see how you will walk, how you will speak, how you will remember. A breeze moves through the leaves. The steam rises higher. The river exhales again, slow, warm, ancient. You notice how quiet the animals are here. They know. You are standing in a place where the world has not been tamed. A place where nature still chooses the terms of existence. A place untouched not because humanity lacked interest, but because the river itself refuses to be touched. Russo tried to explain it, and his explanation was gentle, humble, the kind that knows knowledge has limits. He suggested that water might travel deep into the earth, heated by forces far below, then pushed upward again. A hidden system of veins beneath the surface. But even he admitted something quietly: when recording stopped and notebooks closed, even if we understand how, we may never understand why. And here, surrounded by the soft breath of the boiling river, you understand exactly what he meant. Some places are sacred not because a book or a law or a sign says so. They are sacred because you can feel it in your chest. Because your voice quiets without being told. Because your heart beats slower. Because something old awakens inside you, something that recognizes that you are very small in a very ancient world. You rise slowly to your feet. The river continues to flow, patient, eternal, unchanging. It does not hurry. It does not plead. It simply is. A presence. A memory. A warning. As you step back, you realize you will carry this place with you. Not as a picture. Not as a story to impress others. But as a whisper of humility. A reminder that the world is still full of things that exist beyond the human grasp. Some say Shanay-Timpishka is nothing more than a rare geological phenomenon. Some believe it is the sleeping body of a serpent of fire. Some call it a sacred guardian. Some call it a reminder of how little we truly know. But now the river has met you. And only you can decide what it is. Is it nature? Is it spirit? Is it a mystery waiting to be solved, or a mystery meant to remain? The river does not answer. It only breathes. So tell me, what do you believe?